I think everyone's on. Hello everyone, how was everyone today? I'm not quite sure, this camera's a bit too high, but you're gonna have to, don't worry about that at the moment. I think everyone's okay. And microphones on air, I'm not recording, but there we go, all done. How is everyone today? All looking good, I must say. I'm really gonna lift that up there, 'cause I don't like looking where I'm looking. So how's everyone today? Hope everyone is doing fine. Let's lift that right up to there so I can see what I'm doing. That's better. All right, okay. So we've moved things round in the studio. When did we do this? We did this yesterday. Am I wonky? No, I am wonky. I'm not wonky, am I? No, I'm looking. No, okay. I'm looking okay. No, I'm looking straight. Must be just me. Louise is here as well. Can you all hear? Good, good, good. This is Louise today. Woo!
Look at me! Look, I've got a new wall.
And it is not wallpaper.
Oh, it's breath. Look at that.
Yeah, Louise has a new wall behind her. Yeah, we're just trying to, I can't have that way. Just trying to sort a few things out. I did promise, didn't I, that we would get a little bit more of an industrial look for Louise. She did want her, let's do super sort. There we go. She did want her background of a bustling newsroom, but I couldn't get that really, could I? I couldn't get a bustling newsroom behind you, I'm afraid.
Never mind.
And also, as it's not black, it's sort of, it doesn't sap the colour out of you. It gives you a bit more colour now, I think, definitely.
Good.
Most definitely.
That's good.
Right, Louise, what have we got to say today?
Well, firstly, we've got to say thanks a million to everybody who voted for us in the Welsh Business Awards, because I'll let you do the announcement.
What's the announcement? Oh yeah, there's the announcement.
Andrew Berry, goodness me.
Thank you. That looks pretty good in the screen. I almost like you. Anyway, yeah. So,
what? As if we're sat in the same room.
As if we're sat in the same room. We rehearsed that really well, didn't we? With the extras. We, as you know, last year we were in the sort of the finals for the Best of Welsh Business Awards for Jewellers. No, for Best Arts and Creative and Brilliance Award. Didn't win the Brilliance, but we won the Best Arts and Creative, which was absolutely fabulous. But this year, things have just gone from good to gooder.
Strength to strength.
From strength to strength. That's what I was trying to say. From good to gooder. That's gone. So, yes. We now, as you most probably have seen from the Facebook post we put up on, we did it on Instagram, didn't we? Instagram, and we also did it on Facebook as well. So Andrew Berry Jewellery is finalists for, no, hang on. No, hang on. Let's get this in order, shall we? So anyway, Andrew Berry Jewellery, the store, the shop, has been nominated. We're in the finals for the Best Jewellers. So that was pretty good, wasn't it? Then At the Bench is in the finals for the Best Business Specialist. Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, Andrew Berry Jewellery, the store here, is in the finals for the Brilliance Award. The best thing, Louise, is up for the Business Professional of the Year Award, and Louise is up for Businesswoman of the Year, and then I'm up for Businessman of the Year. So, so I'm really pleased for Louise, the fact that she's got 2 nominations and she's in the finals. But
so are you.
Yeah.
No. You deserve.
It's not me.
Because I'm
it's
new
you.
to this, so, and you've done this on your own for many years. So
yeah. So I just think it's just normal. It's like a day-to-day job for me. It's a day-to-day job for me, isn't it?
You don't realise how special you are. That's your. No. We don't want to be slashy now. I know it's Valentine's Day, but no, come on.
Thank you. But we have got into the finals as a result of you guys, because you were the ones who have voted us in these categories for these finals. So thank you all. I know Louise wants to thank you as well. Thank you all
much
for nominating us. We were in the awards, but we got six chances. We got 6 nominations.
The butcher came in this morning and said, because this is the thing, this is what I was saying before, people in our village don't know about At the Bench really. They just come into the shop and you repair their jewellery and we sell them their jewellery and we're just part of the community.
Yes.
I'm not saying we're anything better than that, but that's all they know us for. Sorry, that sounded really arrogant then, but I didn't mean to at all. But so they don't know about the At the Bench side of the business.
No, or anything else.
So he came in this morning, the butcher came in this morning, and went, "Oh, have you got 6 awards?" I don't know.
We just have.
People must have voted for us. I don't know.
But this is the thing, isn't it? It's not just what the shop front is. It's what is behind the shop front and what goes on in these sort of places. If you know what I mean, the back rooms and that sort of thing. This is like where everything goes on. The hive of industry. No category for Mrs. Lloyd. You never know. She may make an appearance.
Wouldn't that be good?
You never know. Would anybody be? I'm not quite sure. At the Bench mug. I've had this At the Bench mug for years and years and years. Would anybody be interested in them on the store? I'm just curious. We're selling t-shirts galore. We're selling aprons galore, aren't we? So At the Bench.
The only problem with a mug, darlings, is it's a little bit more tricky to pack. And
it comes already packed in a polystyrene packaging. It comes already done. Yeah. At the Bench mug. Would anybody be interested? Just drop us a line, let us know. And if we do get enough response, we'll get a few made for you guys. But no category for Mrs. Lloyd, I'm afraid. No, not at all. Anything else, Louise? Anything else we need to say before we start?
I don't. Oh, Susan's saying my resolution is out. Do I look okay?
You look okay to me. You look pretty sharp.
Okay.
Are you sharp?
Oh, the mod wants a mug. Mark would like a mug. Shirley said lovely mug. Yes.
Are we all function? Yeah, focusing.
Yeah, all would like a mug in the store. Great. Okay. Brilliant.
We'll get some mugs made up.
Okay.
Yes. That's all cool.
It may be the wall, Susan, that's
maybe wall putting you out.
That's making me pop out or something.
Unless it's actually focusing on the monitor in front of you. No.
Anyway.
Stay there. Excuse what's going to happen on the screen now. A minute. Let's get the function going.
I think
Let's get focus. Let's get manual focus. And can we focus in on you? Ooh.
Oh, Stacey's noticed it as well.
There. Any better?
Thought
there
it was
we go.
The back wall.
So the focus should be on you. That looking better?
Oh, shh, John.
What's he saying?
Send them over with orders if customers spend over a certain amount. It's getting as bad as me, isn't he?
That's looking pretty sharp now. Yes. Dear. I'm not that much of a generous man.
Okay.
That's it. So that's it then. It looks good to me. Good. I think Louise now is in focus. The monitor is out of focus slightly, so perhaps that was the case. So good. Thank you very much indeed for that, everyone. Yes.
That was the other thing that we were going to.
Oh yes, we're going to talk about this, weren't we? Yeah. So this is something that we picked up in a charity shop. This. Can any of you guess what this is? And don't say a bangle. So can any of you guess what type of bangle this is? I'll give you a few seconds to come up onto the chat. We picked this up in a fairly local charity shop, and we've got an idea of what we want to do with it. Bakelite. Well done, Elizabeth. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not Bakelite.
No.
Oh, no, it's not Bakelite. Sorry, Elizabeth. No.
Ivory.
No, it's not ivory. It's not stone.
No.
It's not bone.
Oh, yeah, Mossy has got it.
It is, yeah. So this is a celluloid bangle. Now, this is one of 2 that we picked up. and we love it. As you can see, it's got an amazing detail. I think it was obviously coloured at some stage with yellows and pinks and greens, but over the years, what year would you say this is, Louise? What sort of
40s, 50s?
1940s?
It's one of the earliest, if not the early, it may even be the earliest plastic celluloid, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So we know it's around about that, probably mid-century.
So that's amazing. So this is what we've got.
Sorry, some people have said ivory, and it is actually, the other name for it is ivorine.
Ivorine.
Because it was offered as an ivory substitute.
Okay, cool, well done. So what are we going to do with it? We would like to obviously keep it, so what are we going to do with it?
We're thinking of casting it, weren't we?
We're thinking of casting it, because we love it so much. It's a little bit uneven on the inside, but the outside has some amazing detail. We love it. So we're going to do something that...
I should mention as well, if you have got one, they are very highly flammable. So keep it away from the fire, absolutely, yeah. So that's something to bear in mind, because I don't know the full steps of the casting process, so yeah.
No, we should
it'll go up like... whoosh.
Yes, it is very flammable. So what we're going to do, we are going to make a mould of this, not a vulcanized mould, because that will involve too much heat and compression. I don't want to put any pressure on this. So we are going to produce a room temperature vulcanized mould of this bangle. So we could just stop at that, but no, we're not. So from that vulcanized, from room temperature vulcanized mold, an RTV, we are going to get that injected with wax. All right. We could go ahead and get that wax cast, but what you can see is that as lovely as it is going to be darn heavy. It is going to be solid and really thick. A little bit too thick. It'll increase the costs quite a bit.
I forgot my diary, sorry, I'm just going to grab it to make my notes.
So, turn the music off a second. So what we're going to do, from that wax, we are then going to get the wax, and we are going to carve out the inside of the bangle. So we are going to carve out inside here, shallow it out, and we're going to make it a lot lighter, a lot thinner. So we're going to smooth out the inside. Okay, so we're going to hopefully try and reduce the weight by around about half. That will then make the bangle a little bit more affordable. From that wax, then we are going to get it cast. All right, so from that wax, we are going to get it cast. We're going to get the cast in, then we're going to then finish up cleaning up the inside. Then we can get our emery paper on the inside and get that lovely and smooth, lovely finished. We can go over the outside and make sure all the outside is looking perfect. Then from that silver, we then are going to make another mold from that silver, and hopefully then we'll be able to do a vulcanized mold from that silver, and then from that vulcanized mold, then we're going to get loads of these cast in silver, exactly replicating this amazing pattern.
A couple of people are asking, would we think about selling a mold or wax model for people to make?
If we could sell the waxes, but I think, how are you going to cast the wax?
I don't know. It was mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. It would take a lot. Only way you're going to be able to cast this is with lost wax casting. You're not going to be able to sand cast it or anything like that. It has to be lost wax cast.
It's a pity we can't get a texture plate made. I know it's not going to obviously be the same sort of relief, but a texture plate of the design.
Of the design. No, that would be cool.
That would be a nice one, wouldn't it? Just to give the feel of it being from that era. Lou said, I'd like to know how to make a mould like the one you're going to make for that bangle. Well, are you going to make a film on it? Oh, sorry. We might have to now.
We've put them on at the bench already, making room temperature vulcanized molds. We've done that already. I'm not going to take any chances filming this. This is something that I'm not going to do in front of the camera. It's something that we're going to do nice and slowly. We don't know how it's going to react. The The RTV solution is a two-part, it's a hardener and a resin. How it's going to react with this, I don't know, but we shall see. We shall see. But
okay.
It is an idea of selling waxes, but they're only good enough to lost wax cast. But if you've got lost wax casting facilities, then I'm sure we could sell the waxes.
I think that's what's interesting about it, is that it's a piece of history, isn't it? And that's why I love old jewellery.
Absolutely. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be quite heavy. That's the reason why we want to just lighten out the insides.
Yeah.
So I'll give that back to you because I'm a bit clumsy
Scrappy
on mine.
saying, how would a mould work with all the deep details? We'll let you know.
But that's the reason why we're not going to be using vulcanizing rubber, because we feel that the pressure is going to be too much upon the bangle and it could contort and twist. A room temperature vulcanizing is like a liquid. We will put that, we'll put some sprues up going out inside, and then we're going to put that in a frame that we're going to be able to pour some solution into it. We're going to put it in the vacuum chamber to get all the bubbles out, and then when the mold dries, we can cut it open, peel it open, take the bangle out, and you'll have an exact replica of every single little detail in that RTV, in that mold. Then we're going to do a wax, then we're going to carve out the wax, then we're going to get it casted, then we're going to get another mold. So it's going to be fun. Yes, Lou?
Calib's saying lost wax is what I'd want to do.
Okay.
So it might be,
yeah,
we can get some waxes.
Yeah,
because like I say, unless you see it, unless you're lucky enough to see it in a charity shop, or, I mean, there's some in the antique shop that we go to up in Hay-on-Wye, aren't they? But they're obviously more expensive.
£40 odd, yes.
Yeah.
What about silicone moulding compound used by silver clay? No heat. Yes, Helena, yes, you can, but you've got to push it all the way in, and you really want to be able to inject it with wax. It's I think RTV is very good just purely for pushing down into surfaces like buttons and badges, that sort of thing, which would be great. Shells, because then you just pour the wax into it, and we've done that many times before. But it's not going to work on a whole mold. It's to be able to push all of that silicone into all the little nooks and crannies, just purely relying upon pressure. I wouldn't want to risk it, wouldn't want to risk the pressure of pushing that in, to be honest, in case it does snap.
Thomas is saying, why don't you make the first copy with silicone and then play with it?
You can do, yeah. What we could do, Louise is talking about doing a texture plate. What we could do is get a strip of silicone, and then you could roll the bangle into that silicone. So then you're going to get a 2D, sort of like a flat, one-dimensional pattern from a three-dimensional mold that way.
Because the other one I've got, it's got elephants and chrysanthemums and jungle
themes. A bit wider, isn't it? A bit wider and a bit heavier.
That would be a nice one to do a texture plate on.
I'm not quite sure how you translate that into a texture plate.
Well, that's your job. I just came up with the ideas.
But to make it like a little plate, a little section that perhaps then you can then put some wax into it, then play around with the wax and get the right shape of the wax, perhaps make it oval, something like that, and then cast them. Yes, it can open up. It's going to be really interesting, isn't it? It could open up a variety of ideas.
But I will take progress shots, though. Yeah, no problem.
Yes, roll it around some type of clay, leave an impression in case it does go wrong. Like in plaster, not quite sure on terms. I don't. Lost wax cast. Rio in USA has this to hold flexure. Okay.
Okay. Do you want some questions?
Okay. So it is February the 14th. Happy St. Valentine's Day. Start again. What happened then? It's February the 14th. Happy St. Valentine's Day to you all. Time for our question and answer. Louise, do we have our first question, please, my dear?
We do. It's from Penny. Hiya, Penny. I am thinking about investing in a gold plating machine and wondered if there is one you would recommend.
Hold out for a little while. The gold plating, it depends on what you want to do. You can have a gold plating bath. If you want a bath, I would recommend the Yentner. The Yentner 0 RM1. I'm trying to find my pen. Yentner, GENTNER. I think it's RM1. Okay, what you get then, you get a big container, a little container, big container like that. It has some things like this. It has a button by there, and then you have all these leads that go to it like that. Okay, and it's the Yentner RM1. Let's put it on the board. Okay, that's better. There we go. The Yentner RM1. It costs at least £1,000. The price is a lot, but if you do rhodium platings, you can charge £30 to rhodium plate, and a bath of rhodium would actually set you back around about £500, £600, £800, and you could get your money back by doing rhodium platings. But if you don't want to do rhodium platings, this is quite a lot of money. Hold out. If you want to have like a pen plater, hold out, because I know somebody who we've been working with. We've gone through about 4 or 5 new designs of this particular pen plater, so don't splash the cash just yet. And if you want a pen plater, it'll be a unit. It'll have it'll have two LCD displays here. It'll have little whatevers. It'll have a little pot by here that pen goes in like that. Then there's the lead going in, and there's a crocodile click. Okay, so it's a pen plater, and from that pen plater you'll be able to do things like rhodium plating accents, gold plating accents. Not really suitable for a whole ring, but a pen plater would be ideal. Spend the money and get a Yentner if you want to, if you can afford it. Absolutely brilliant. We've got one downstairs. We absolutely love ours. And Betts Metal Sales sell them in this country. If you want to go and grab one, definitely recommend it if you're going to be doing a lot of rhodium plating. As I said, £30–40 for a rhodium plate. You've only got to do 50 of them. That's a lot, but 50 of them to get back the cost of the machine and your rhodium solution. But hang fire on a pen plater, because I know a company who'll be producing one, and hopefully it'll be out very, very soon. Yes, Louise, another question.
Okay. Tanya, where are you? Yes. It said, I need to get a pendant drill, but there's so many. What one do I get, please?
Without doubt, definitely, I personally think above all else, Fordham, get the SR. Get it with a quick change handpiece. Okay. They're not cheap. That's, what's that, £250, £280, Fordham SR. You can buy the LX, okay, so you can buy the LX version. The LX rotates slower, at a slower speed. It has greater torque. Personally, I don't see the need for that slow speed. People say you can burn out your hammer handpiece, but you've got a brilliant foot control with this. And again, I've shown you ways of utilizing this guy here, which is a variable, like a dimmer switch that you can plug into the electrics, plug your pendant motor into that, and this will limit the speed. This will limit the amount of electric going to the pendant motor or the flex shaft. That is definitely what I would recommend. The quick change handpiece is this, where you've got the quick change handpiece, where this comes off, there's your handpiece there. It'll just click straight back on. You can change that then into like a Jacobs chuck, like a number 30, and you can change all these to whatever you want. So there we go. Shop around, try and get the best deal you can. You can get copies on eBay, you can get copies on Amazon, you can get copies from AliExpress and all those sort of places. Don't risk it. Go to a specific jewelry tools supplier to buy one. You will not be disappointed. Louise, another question.
Okay, Tiffany is asking any tips for when pre-polishing / buffing half round thick wire rings especially to remove scratches on silver to not harm its perfect shape and width, etc.
You're better off okay, Penny, you want to do whole rings, you're going to have a bath, which you're going to have to spend the money on that if that's the case. Okay, you're going to have to spend the money on a bath. You can do that. You can also get away with things like a battery or a car battery charger. That's only amateurish. So spend the money and get that. Keeping the have I got one? You had one here. Yes, you did. Here we go. You showed me yesterday. All right. So this is what I would do. You've got a ring with a D section. You've got your emery paper. I would put your emery paper between your fingers like that, and then you get the ring in there, and just simply, how can I show this on this camera? Here, there, this way, like that, and you would just move. Let's do it left-handed instead. There we go, that's better. So what you do, you would just bend the emery paper into the shape, and then you would just move that over that way. And that is the best way, because this area, if it decides to stay on my bench, this area is nice and rounded, and this will conform to the shape of that. So that's what I would do, is go over between your fingers. This way is the best way, because then it goes into here. That will keep the same profile. You can always come along with a sanding drum and go over it like this really, really gently, but you're going to have to go over it evenly to get the same profile. But a nice soft bit of emery paper like that going around the outside. Can we get it on the board and get really close on this like that? Okay, like that, and just go over. And that would be the best way to do it. There we go, Louise. Should you have another question? Please.
Yes. I'm just looking. I think Janet David's offered Janet some help. If you don't want to publish your email address in the chat, send it to me and I'll forward it on to the person if both parties contact me, if that makes sense. But if you're happy to put it in the chat, I mean, personally I wouldn't, but yeah, do it that way.
Okay.
Yes. And I can be mediator. Question?
Please.
Okay. Tiffany's saying I was. Okay. What are you laughing at?
You.
I think I missed one.
Have you?
Caleb said I asked before. Great, and I think I've got your email address, David. But if you email me as well, just to remind me, I will forward Janet's contact details on to you. That's the best way to do it. Yeah, brilliant. Okay.
We're talking about flex shafts. We're doing about oiling the shaft and the flex shaft that I see. Janet, take the shaft off and oil down the flex with the graphite type grease.
No, I was going to read this.
Sorry.
Because Caleb's question got lost. What is the best or easiest way to make a ring conform or stack against an awkward shaped ring?
As in it's like shape wedding bands, that sort of thing, is it? Is that what you mean? Is it like
so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you mean, Caleb?
So we do an awful lot of shaped wedding bands. Right? People get engaged, they have these elaborate, fancy, wonderful shaped engagement rings. And I mean things like, obviously that would be a real nice...
yes, to go around like a shape.
Okay, so that would be very, very simple. And then you could have the one stone there, one stone there. Right, that's nice and easy and traditional. Some people have them absolutely really, really weird and wonderful, yeah?
That's like, what's her name? Megan Fox's engagement ring, isn't it?
What, but in this way? Woo.
Yeah, beautiful. Stephen Webb's the design, isn't it? But good luck.
There's magnets in it that click it together, which is very good. And he built he's incorporated magnets into the shanks. And then he's lasered over the top to hide them in the shanks. When they come together, they will lock together.
It's good.
And they can be worn on their own because they're separate.
Yeah.
They can be worn individually, and I think they can be turned around as well.
Because Sean does that. Sean, as if I know him personally. Sean Lee just
Sean.
No, I don't know him. I wish I did. But yeah, I've seen he does. He's got a design like that, hasn't he? With stackers which interlock in different ways. It's really beautiful.
Yes. So, and I think someone said about it was supposed to be, anyway, we're digressing, I'm not going to go on to it. Okay, so say you have something really, really simple like that, what you have to do, you cannot get away with a straight band, okay, because that is never, ever going to work. So what we always do is get some D-section wire, and we literally have a straight piece of wire, and what we would do is get that one piece of wire, and we would, that isn't stopping there, and we would bend that bit of wire into that shape. That will carry on over that side, okay? You would get a shape like this, you would get the right size, so say this is a size P, you would then get enough then for a size P plus about 3 or 4 sizes extra, because you have to allow for this extra length. Then when it comes to here, then the end on this side then would come up basically flush. So we've got to think this area here is going to come into here. So what is going to happen here is then you'd have your other metal. Let's do this in a different colour so you can see. But it's got to be done by hand. It's got to be done for every individual ring. So your piece of metal now would be coming in here. Okay, so you have to cut it to fit around there. So you have to bend it into that shape. And this area here, it has to come in and it'll go like that, okay? Now what you would have to do, that's going to come a bit closer because I'm doing a good job, is then get a small piece of metal then to actually fit into that area like that. That would come away, that would come away, and now you have got your ring that is looking like that, that would fit perfectly into this shape. What I hate to see is like another band that would go on and just do that. Some people want that, but I don't like all these gaps. These gaps here, I don't like. I would want something that would fit and hug the ring. If it fits and hugs the engagement ring or the ring that's fitting around, it'll lock into place like a jigsaw puzzle. This, on the top of here, is, it'll just go, it'll just move around. The two rings will move around and they'll twist, and this band will be around the other side and it'll be completely unsightly and gappy and terrible. But to do a proper job, I would do that. And obviously then you're going to have a joint, or you could even be really posh and have the joints coming along at an angle like that. And solder all that together. And that is the only way that I know that you'd get a really good fitting ring, like a stacker ring, against another band. Does that make sense? Is that what they were after, do you think?
I hope so.
I think so. Yeah, so there we go. That's what I would do, most definitely. But it's all got to be done by hand for each particular type of ring. And then what we do, there's quite an interesting idea, is that we will make up silver mock-ups of the wedding rings to fit around the engagement rings, okay? So then the client can have their engagement ring, and then they can see the wedding ring, how the wedding ring is going to fit and interact with the engagement ring. And it never works, but you can turn it around the other side, and it never is exactly symmetrical. So always make sure that when you do come to make up the band, you always put it on that one side, and don't accidentally turn over the engagement ring to the other side, because they are never ever symmetrical. Then what we do, once the client is happy with that shaped band, we keep that shaped band for ourselves. Then we will make up the gold version based upon that silver version. So then we have built up a nice library of all different shaped bands. So sometimes now when customers come in, clients come in, they come in with a pretty standard type engagement ring, and we actually have a shaped band that will fit their engagement ring, albeit perhaps with a little bit of adjustment. But we can say, do you want a ring like this? Do you want a plain band? Do you want a straight edge? Do you want a little bit of a wavy edge? Or we can show all these options. So that for me is the way that I would do it. It's a long answer, I do apologise. Let's Louise, just have another question.
Helena had a creasing hammer for
Nice.
Valentine's Day from her husband.
Well,
Yay!
if you're gonna have a present and it's a jewellery present, make it a creasing hammer.
Absolutely, brilliant. Okay, Susan HP is asking, what angle do you use on graver sharpening?
about a 45-degree angle. So your face here, this angle here is going to be 45. Why 45%? 45 degrees, yeah. If you need to get this, when we were talking, I think it was last week, when we were talking about getting inside tubes to raise a little grain down here, you may have to make the face really, really shallow to get in to this gap, but usually 45 is the right angle. Yes, no.
Before I forget,
is this a question or you?
No, it is a question. It's, oh, that's exactly what I was looking for, plus an extra bonus. Brilliant for your stacking shaped bands.
That's right, was it?
Great.
Was I right?
Yeah,
okay.
Brilliant, bang on. Cool. Susie came up with the idea of doing a 3D scan of the bracelet and then printing a 3D mould to make a master.
Can do. Yeah, it costs £30 to make a mould of a ring.
Yeah, but if people want the waxes, it's going to be worth it, isn't it?
I'm sure making a room... I haven't got a 3D scanner to do it. You have to send it away. And the cost of making a resin on a ring is 30 quid. How much is that going to cost? That's going to cost a fortune. Next question, Louise. But it is a good idea. I must admit, it's a very good idea. But I think the room temperature vulcanizing is going to be the cheapest option in this case. Sorry.
Okay. Full is heading out to get surgery on my hand. Oh, good luck. I'm sure it will go well.
Oh, bless.
But yeah, that's...
Oh, Michael's saying, did you miss his question 10 minutes before the show started?
Oh, I might have done, Michael. I don't think the chat... because I started at the start of the chat, so I don't think it registered on my chat.
Okay.
So yeah,
can you ask it again,
Michael? Sorry. Yeah.
Yes. So Susan, yes, if you have wax injected into a mould, yeah, I quite agree. It's about £5, £10. But if you have a wax created with a wax printer from a file, it is a heck of a lot more money than that, yeah. Yes, Lou.
But worth it to preserve history.
Of course.
Moving on.
Yes.
Okay. Where did we go? Michael, oh, sorry, yeah, I think I've come to your question, Michael, sorry. Reversible ingot mould.
Yes.
Should I carve air channels in the round channels?
Don't. There is no need to, because if it's not a closed mould, so to speak. If you were injecting into a mould like this, okay, and the metal is coming down in this direction, the metal will fill this, and the air then from there has to go somewhere, okay, because the area that it is being poured into is quite narrow. With the moulds that you get, that doesn't go there. Say you're doing it rectangular, okay, and this is your rectangular area here. You can pour metal into that channel, not a problem, because the top here is big enough to let the air out. What you got to be careful with is that when the top and bottom, it's the side and bottom, and then the side goes up against that. You'll never get an airtight seal. There will always be air at the bottom. When the two pieces come together, it will not be airtight. So air will always be able to get through. And 9 times out of 10, when you do the sheet in that mold there, you will always get some flashing coming out, and that's because there's a gap and the molten metal is coming out. If you use it with the round wire, you will always invariably get flashing on the very bottom where the metal is starting to come out. So air is always going to escape from those type of molds. There is no need to carve any channels whatsoever in those type of molds, no. So Someone's asking about triplets, mandrels. Yep, I do believe, a bit earlier on. We have got a whole load of mandrels that we are going to be photographing tomorrow for our At The Bench store. We've got oval, teardrop, they call them teardrops, marquee shapes, small little round bezel sort of size mandrels. We've got loads of them to be photographed tomorrow. We've also got some mandrels, like ring mandrels, but with no markings on. They are of a lesser quality, so we're going to be selling them off really, really cheap. They are from India. It's not a fine polished finish. It's not textured, but it's not perfectly smooth. So we're going to be selling them off basically for below cost price just to move them on. But the quality is good. If all you want to do is tap and form on it, not a problem at all. If you want to do things like putting rings down it, tapping rings, your final tap to make it round, I wouldn't use it. I don't feel the mandrels are going to be fine enough. But for general bashing, shaping, it should be perfect. So keep an eye out on the store. Fingers crossed it'll be up tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday. But we are selling them really, really cheap. How much, Andrew? I don't know just yet. I don't know. Shall I tell you roughly how much? If I can get my phone. Carry on, what we got?
Okay, Ingrid is asking, do you have any tips on how to handle a flex shaft when I'm left-handed? It slips really easily and goes all over the place.
There's not much I can really say apart from you're going to have to improve your grip. Louise does have a problem, don't you? It's not
lots of problems.
Is it a problem that we can talk about, do you think? So Louise has a problem when it comes to the flex shaft. Do you want to explain your problem, Louise?
It depends on which. I haven't got a bench, see. So I bench hop.
Yes.
And it does. There's an old flex shaft, which is, I think the foot pedal's difficult on that. It's an old foot pedal, but I just find it heavy.
Yeah.
And when the motor's up here, I just find it a bit cumbersome, and I just feel like it's flapping around. And for me personally, yeah.
You don't like it,
I think it's just because I'm just a whiner. I don't know. I've got to pick fault, haven't I? But no, I just find it difficult.
Yeah. But I think it could be the fact that perhaps your flex shaft here, the motor is perhaps too low, and this is what Louise finds. She's lifting this up, and of course it's got this down here that's pulling it down. So if this was a little bit higher and this was up to here, you can use it and it's not as bad as the shaft pulling the handle down.
Well, that's the design on dental carts. You pull the like the hand pieces out, and there's like an arm which takes the weight of the shaft. Yeah.
We're not as lucky to have dental carts.
No, well, yeah.
But I think if this was a bit higher, you wouldn't have that. And Louise is constantly battling, lifting that up, and it's this that is causing the problem. I think if this was a bit higher, you wouldn't have that constant pulling it down.
I think so, yeah.
Like that. So perhaps the motor to the flex shaft could be higher.
I saw sorry to interrupt you, somebody, when we were nosing at people's bench photos, it was positioned, I can't remember who had it
positioned. They had it below, didn't they?
Here, yeah, and I thought that's interesting, because I've not seen...
below down.
The weight then is going to be, you could put the excess weight on your bench then.
Maybe.
Or even on your arm, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
No, Lily hasn't bought me a micromotor yet.
I'm waiting for them to come into stock. You will be getting one. No fear. Have no fear. Mandrels, they'd be a £5. They'd be £5 for a mandrel. I'm not quite sure on the carriage. We're going to have to wait and see. But if you're interested, they're going to be about £5. They're not. There's no markings on them. Just simply made for hammering, shaping, and forming. Yes, Louise. Have another question.
Let's see. Anthony's saying a question about rolling a texture today. I don't know why I'm twiddling this paintbrush.
Yeah, so yes, that's my borax brush you threw on the floor.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw it.
Somebody was talking about getting a texture of a leaf on brass. I think Brass is too hard. My father would say hard. It's too hard. Hard. Don't try and do it on brass. Do it on copper and you're going to have a better success. And you put it on silver and you'll have an even better success again. But brass, I think, is going to be too hard. You're going to obliterate the leaf before it makes any impression upon the brass sheet as you're passing through. So don't try brass, try copper. Yes, Lou?
Okay. Right. Oh, should we have some photos?
Oh, we do
you
have,
see some
we have photos,
I've
do
got
we?
photos, yeah.
Okay, what's the photos of?
Okay, let me just get my information up here.
Okay, we shall see what's what.
I've got quite a bit to show you today, actually.
Oh, nice, cool. Okay.
Let's have a loads. Okay, this is actually a question, this first one. Oh, where am I? This is Elizabeth's question. Oh, no, that's Jill. And Elizabeth would like to know how this setting is made. Let me just see if I can get a little bit closer.
Shall I?
Yes, yeah, please do.
Okay. So this was a question, how is this made? Yep. Can we do a picture-in-picture on this? Let's have a look. Can we do picture-in-picture? Picture-in-picture? Bam, there's me there. Okay, picture-in-picture. It looks, you see, I have looked at this. I did think perhaps it is made out of a flat sheet, and then they're all, these little fronds, fingers are bent up, but then it doesn't relate to the side where the stone is sat on. We can't see the back side of the stone. Is it a flat back stone? Looking at it, it seems like it is a flat back stone. So I think that this little cage, just like the serpent's legs or whatever you want to call it, octopus tentacles, look like they've been cast. Well, they look... Tentacles, Louise. I said they are going to be cast, I would have thought, out of wax. It looks like the wax has been moulded around the stone, and that wax then has been cast. I was looking, I'm working on something that I can actually get this, and I can actually draw upon the screen, so I'll be able to notify on the screen. But if you look at the very top, where the chain comes through, on the inside edge, it does look like there's some slight little bits of where they haven't finished the casting properly and they haven't polished it. So that's what I think it has happened. They've cast it and then put the stone into place. That is how I think they've done that. I don't think you can fabricate. You may be able to fabricate something similar, but how would you fabricate it? You would perhaps make it flat and then bend these sections up and outwards and then set the stone in. It wouldn't look as good, it wouldn't look the same, but I think that has been done with wax.
Okay.
Yes, Louise.
Great. Okay, so I have got... Oh, I've got another photo. I'm not sure if there's any more. Oh, that's... Whoops, let me just...
Yeah, Elizabeth, I reckon it could be something like that, set from behind, 4 little claws that are sort of upright, 4 little claws, that's right, that are upright. The stone goes in and they just bring those stones over, and then the stone then can be just pushed against the little fronds, the tentacles there. Yeah.
Very nice too.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to the charity shop, thrift store finds.
Yes.
I've got this for you, which Jill sent me, and...
Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jill bought a
wow.
bundle of cheap chokers in the sale section for £1.50, and this was absolutely black. Jill spotted the Hallmark oval link and bought the bundle. Once she got it home and cleaned it up, which took her over an hour, not only was it silver, but it has some gold cambout on some of the buds.
Nice.
Which, see if I can...
That's really good, isn't it?
Isn't it gorgeous?
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they just wrapped onto the choker? Yeah, just wrapped around.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's simple, isn't it? But
Yeah.
really beautiful.
That's
Lovely.
really good. I like that. That
cool,
really,
isn't it?
really is nice. Yes. Well cleaned up.
Pictures. Yeah, done a lovely job, Jill.
Yeah, gorgeous, isn't it?
Any other images of that one?
Yes, there's one more. If I can.
How close can we
That's
get?
Oh, there we are. Yeah.
Should we have a look at the clasp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
Nice, I like that.
So,
Well spotted.
yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely well
My
spotted.
last feature today is Mark, who a lot of you know as Bully and Bully. Mark Curette. I'm sorry, I hope I'm saying your name right. But Mark sent me some photos of his workshop and his work, which are absolutely stunning. So look at that. Who's got bench envy now?
Let's have a look at that one. Oh, that's just too tidy, man. Look at that.
It's all so clean and tidy.
He's tidied up before he's taken the photograph.
Not necessarily. Not everyone's like you. Okay, so
Yeah. That really is nice. Is that his chair, the black leather chair?
Yeah, well, I assume so, yeah.
What? It's just
Look
too
at that.
comfy, that is.
Oh, look what I spotted. Hey!
Nice one. Thank you, Mark.
I love it. Okay, so I've got some more photos, but it doesn't seem to want to scroll. That's okay, I'll do it this way. Look at that. I know, so it looks like a really comfy chair. You wouldn't want to get up,
No,
would
we
you?
don't leave that. What's that?
Yeah,
I can't see it.
that's rolling mill.
Mine
Everything
is
really
too
tidy.
small.
Like the whiteboard as well, that's good.
Oh, that I can see, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
Brilliant.
Just got to make sure that no moisture gets on that mill.
Yeah, all looks good.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like
it looks fab, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's on the shelf?
Don't be so nosy. French. Oh, do you speak French, Mark?
Has a French sounding surname.
Yes. Oh, fab.
Nice.
I know,
Do
it's
like
lush,
that.
isn't it, Amco?
Yeah.
Fab. So,
Very good.
but
like that
he hasn't
one.
just got a lovely workshop. Look at these.
With the handmade chains.
Yeah. How stunning. Look at that.
Something to aspire to, Louise.
I know. Well, it's like I was saying earlier, I was just satisfied that I
Nice.
didn't
Lovely.
have a load of molten metal before me. But, you know, God, this is just amazing, isn't it?
It is nice.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I don't know why they won't scroll. I don't know why. Normally I've got my little arrows
That's
left
a
and
good
right.
way
Which
of doing like a
isn't it
clasp,
cool?
isn't it?
Yeah, it's really
I like that.
interesting.
Almost,
Lovely.
almost like wings, angel wings.
Yeah.
From what I can see there. Nice.
Yeah, it's really
I love
pretty,
that.
isn't it?
That
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Do you know what my favourite one is, though?
What's your favourite?
I like all the white metals, don't I? But have a look. Look at that.
Filed curve as well. Yep, filing it. Well done. It's a Byzantine, is it?
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
It just looks so complex, doesn't it?
It's. Are they soldered, Mark? Has Mark soldered every single jump ring? Answer me that. Are you on, Mark? If you're on, Mark, have you soldered every jump ring?
Beautiful.
Nice. Very
love
good
it.
indeed. Really
I love
lovely.
it, I love it, love it. And this as well.
Oh.
Amazing.
I like the ends on it, like almost like a Viking knit.
Yeah. Look at this though. I think this is the, hang on, let me just get my information up. Where are you, Mark?
Nice.
This is the dragon's tail. I think that's, yes, look at that.
Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I know.
That really
How amazing
cool.
is that? Beautiful. Isn't that
Very
fab?
talented man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very talented. Very good man.
Yeah.
Really do like
Look
that.
at that.
Really good. It's very,
Fab.
very smart.
Thank you so much,
Well
Mark, and
done.
everybody who's sent in some pictures. Next week, we've got Helena, who had a very, very lucky charity shop find, and Dylan, who sent me some photos of some beautiful pieces, which made me realise why you love turquoise so much. Really special Kingman turquoise.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, don't miss next week because I'll show you that.
Well, Mark, have you got social media that you can post. Mark, if you've got social media, Instagram, whatever it is, if you want us to give you a follow.
Send it over to me now, Mark, and I'll share it in the chat if there's anything you want me to share for you.
Yep, exactly. Pop it in the chat. We will certainly, and that's amazing work.
And you other guys, sorry, I should have said, yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, Jill and Elizabeth. Yeah. Yeah, because you guys talk about turquoise a lot, and like kind of, I didn't really have an interest in turquoise until last year. But I haven't showed you yet. But
you've taken a few pieces from the cabinet of some of the turquoise that I put together that you wore, and you said it looks a lot better when it's worn, when it's out, than it does like stuck in the cupboard.
It's different in the sun, isn't it? It looks completely different in the sun, and we don't have a lot of sun here. So
it's wasted in this country. Turquoise is
but the
wasted.
turquoise, the photo of the turquoise that Dylan sent me is like...
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's beautiful, really lovely turquoise. Yeah.
Very good. Nice.
And he capped it himself as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'll show you that. I'll show you that next
that's
week.
That's something that may be happening later this year.
Oh yes, yeah.
As well.
Yeah, don't give too much away now.
Okay, I won't say a word.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Nice one. So let's have another one. One or two more questions, Louise, please.
Yes. Okay. Gina is asking, best place to buy a ring mandrel without a flat side, please?
Us.
Do you want the link, Gina?
I preempted. It hasn't gone live yet, Louise.
Oh, hasn't it? Okay.
No, but you can still put the store down. Yeah. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, Captain. So don't forget.
Oh, it's on my stream deck.
Yeah, at thebench.store. Tomorrow, if you're interested, going cheap, going for cost, less than cost price. They're quite inexpensive, but they're Indian-made mandrels, plain mandrels. They're not polished. They're as they come off the line. They'll be going for about £5. Postage obviously would be at cost, and we can post them. Really nice, simple, plain mandrels. If you don't mind, you can. When you have a nice mandrel, this is the thing. When you have a nice mandrel like this, oh hell, I've lost everything, Louise. I've gone fade to black. I faded to black.
Come back, Andrew.
When you have a nice mandrel like this, I thought, my God, I've gone. A nice mandrel, nice ring mandrel. You don't want to be bashing your mandrel and putting marks on it. And when you want to put it in your vise, okay, you don't really want to be putting your nice best mandrel in your vise. You don't want to be getting a metal hammer or anything, because you're going to damage it. But what we're going to be putting on our store tomorrow, you can just bung in your vise, you can dent it, you can bash it, you can get your metal hammer on it, and you can bang. I'm not going to go anywhere.
Do you want another question?
Bang it to your heart's content. Let's have another question, Louise. Stop laughing.
I'm not laughing, you're laughing.
Come on. Be professional.
Okay, let's find another question. Okay, Mandy is saying, do I need to be careful about leaving the Fordham in a hot conservatory in the summer? It gets to 50 degrees plus before I open the door in the morning. Will this ruin it?
I don't think it will, because there's nothing really within it, and when you use it, can't quite see it it's off shot there. It does get hot. When you use it, it gets hot. When you use it, the shaft will get hot, the handpiece will get hot. So it's used to getting hot. So I don't think you'll have any problems about leaving it within the conservatory. Yeah, it's less than 50 degrees. I don't think you'll have any problems at all, because sometimes when you're using the motor for 10, 15, 20 minutes, it does get really hot. So it's used to getting the heat. Yeah. Let's have another question.
Okay. Oh, I just jumped around.
Okay, never mind. Oh my goodness, look at the time. This hour just goes too quick.
It does.
Okay, let's go back up here.
Yeah?
No, let's go down here. Find a question, Andrew. I'm on strike.
The chain's amazing. But craft foam. Yeah. When you're doing things like doing imprints, someone mentioned about using craft foam. I do use craft foam. I found it really, really handy. I think I've got some 2mm thick craft foam. I do fold that over so it's 4mm thick. So what I would do is get texture plate. It's not really a texture plate, it's my board rubber. But my texture plates are over there and I can't be bothered getting off my bum to get them. So texture plates, bit of silver, okay? You get that, you put that in between the rolls, you open up the rolls, put that in, tighten the rolls until the rolls come and just grabs it, okay? So it just holds on to it, you can't pull it out, right? Look on the top of the dial, see where the indicator comes to, okay? Take it back, say 1/4 of a turn, all right? Take out your little sandwich, okay? Then what you want to do is get your closed cell foam. I have 2mm, I fold it in half, so it's 4mm thick. Put that over the whole surface. Then to keep it all together, I get a bit of paper, A4 normal 80-gram paper, doesn't matter what it is, and wrap it around it so you've got it nicely enveloped. Then turn the handle back that 1/4 turn to where it was when just the texture plate and the bit of silver went into it. Pass it through, roll it through, and what it does then is the foam just gives enough pressure to push your texture plate or whatever it is you've got into the silver. If you had a leaf, you would have perhaps a backing plate if you want to, or if you don't even have to have a backing plate. But what I would do is get the silver and the leaf, put it, or the brass isn't really going to work. Silver, leaf, in the rolling mills, close the rolls until they just touch, take it out, put your foam on, doesn't matter which side really, the silver side perhaps, and then pass it through then the rolling mill. And there's enough pressure from that foam to imprint what you're passing through, whether it be your texture plate or something like a skeleton of a leaf, whatever it is, and that should be enough pressure just to impart that impression onto the silver or the copper. Yeah, Louise, do we have that question now?
Oh, no, sorry. No, I was just looking back and thinking about Ingrid's question about the flex shaft.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's made an interesting point about bracing your left hand against your right. Some jewellers recommend that your thumb should always touch to keep you grounded and steady, and it's the whole anchor theory, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also, I remembered the elbow rests. You don't have them on your bench. Jason hasn't got them. Lee's got them, and I forget they're there. But actually, if you're resting, your elbow, that could help as well.
Now, see, this is the thing with the benches downstairs. We have the semicirculars, and they're quite deep compared to this bench here. So I don't even think about it, but your elbows do rest on it. I don't even think about it. With a lot of the front straight benches that come across, some people do have armrests, and in fact, this is a Durston one, and there's armrests on this one here.
Yeah.
So this comes out, and as Louise said, that is a very good point. You can always rest your arms on these whilst you're working away, and it limits the floaty movements, because as you say, you're anchored, you're grounded all the time. Yeah, when you come to drill, perhaps we could do something, a workshop on flex shafts. Absolutely. When you do come to drill and you're drilling downwards, for instance, I know I got a mop in this, take that out. Say you're drilling downwards, you always brace, you always, let's do it with my left hand, you always have your fingers in contact. If you're doing anything, you can always put your fingers in contact with each other and brace it. So I think it's all about limiting the, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? That's what I'm trying to say now. Make sure there's not much distance between what you're doing and where it is grounded, as you say. So not much point having your elbow over here and you're trying to do this over here, because there's too much space and there's too much room for maneuver. But if you have your palm of your hand on the peg, you can reduce the distance and you're in far more control, and it's going to be far more accurate whatever you're doing, whether you come into, especially if you're coming to do some burring and want to do some burrs, do some bark texture, using a 90-degree setting burr across a band. You wouldn't dream of having it in your hand like this and trying to do this, because it's never going to work. You're going to be slipping, you're not in control. So what you do is you'd have the ring in your ring clamp against the peg or against the bench. You'd have this hand with the burr against it, and you're just doing this, or you can put your hands together and you're doing this. You're just limiting the amount of movement and room for error.
Yeah.
So yes, grounded.
It's just it's distributing the extra weight, isn't it?
Yes, it could be called. Yeah, it could be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thinking about your back as well. Sandra said, "Would the L rest help you with the heavy flex shaft issue?" Yeah, I would think so. Unfortunately, I don't remember that those arms exist until I'm knackered. I'm thinking, what can I put my arms on? And then I go, oh, I've got armrests on this bench. And then, yeah, it's too late then. So you're already kind of tired and stiff and been sat like, wrestling with the flex shaft. But yeah. Okay.
Oh, Victoria should be walking on the beach with the children. Oh, very
lovely.
Nice indeed. Absolutely.
Oh, that's lush.
Sounds good to me.
Lovely, lovely.
Right, should we end it there?
I think so, yeah.
All right, we shall end it there. One thing I want to do before I go any further, I'm not quite sure whether this is going to work. Did that message come through, Louise? Did you think?
I don't know.
No, it didn't. Okay, so I just want to try something before we go. We have a few problems with the... what am I trying to say? We have a few problems with the slideshow when we come and do the workshops, don't we? So
it's become a bit of a joke, though, isn't it?
It has a bit,
people
yeah.
look forward to.
So what I quickly want to do is do this. Now, is there sound? I'm not quite sure. Let me just see if there's sound on this first before I go any further. If there is sound, that's great. Let's have a listen. Okay, so there's no sound on that video. I want to play you a video. Can't play that video. That's yeah. Okay, so I'm going to play you a quick video. I want you to tell me, does it sound right? Can you hear what's going on? And make sure there is no loop going over and over and over and over again. So this is something that Louise is going to go, what the hell are you showing this for? So can you hear this okay? It would have been jewellery related if I could have found a video very quickly. It's the monkey down in West Wales. It was the only film that I could find really quick. No sound, was there? Oh, okay. How about that? Is that better? Is there sound now? No sound, but video.
What
no.
Sound? Your thing's got sound.
Have you got sound now?
Is it just me laughing and tapping on my computer though? No sound. Shall I have a look on here? If I put my sound on, what's going to happen?
Let's have a look. Let's find another one. There should definitely be sound on this one. Hang on.
Hang on.
Is there sound on this? I'm sorry about this. I just really want to...
Oh, you got your mask off.
Right, I'm going to play this, but I'm not going to play it all to the end because it's not very nice.
What? Why are you playing it then? If it's not very nice, I don't understand.
Right, can you hear the sound to this? Okay.
Oh no, don't show this.
Can you hear the... Could you hear the sound to that?
I can't believe you're showing this.
Good. There's music and there's sound, yes. Good.
I cannot believe you showed that.
I had to show something really quick. That's the
You
only
could
thing.
have shown anything.
Really? I don't have anything. Oh dear.
Just show your erasure video or something. Go on. Oh no, we
Sure.
might get done by like PPL or something. Don't do that.
Let's find another video. Hang on. Let me just find. Hang on. Okay, this will do, right?
Not one of anyone being sick or nothing too stupid.
Okay. There's a silky sound on this one.
Yay. Okay, that works.
There we go. Okay, so we've cracked it. We've cracked it.
Good. That's good.
I bought an adapter. Do you know how much this Apple adapter cost me? I'm going to tell you, arm and a leg job. But I'm glad that works. Okay, so we're going to be able to get our slideshow.
Oh, no more berry wrap.
Careful, you may get a content strike or have the live removed from it. You won't with that because they were my kids.
That's why I said don't play.
Don't play a radio. don't play a concert. That's not sound, that's noise. I'll tell them that. But yeah, so that's going to be good. At least we know that's going to work. Good. Excellent. Glad that's fine.
Good.
Sorted out. So we're not going to have the berry wrap anymore.
I love the berry wrap as well.
Yeah, I know, but it's not very professional, is it?
Oh, the robots don't know the difference. Ooh. Okay, we'll have to chop that bit out.
No, that's fine. That's the kids playing.
Yeah, but Tiffany's saying the robots don't know the difference between...
But they do know copyright music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had that before. But yes, your kids, that's amazing. Yeah, Tiffany, that was... When was that? I was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Yeah. They don't do anything like that now. They're just grumpy old, not even kind, they're grumpy old teenagers now.
Oh, they're lovely.
Yeah. Lou, I play drums and guitar as well. Wow.
Oh, cool.
When's the workshop again? 28th. Yes, Donna, it is going to be the 28th. And what we're going to do this time, Louise? What is the workshop this time?
Polishing.
And finishing.
Is it?
Yes. Finishing and polishing is going to be the next workshop on the 28th. We still have to do all the graphics and all that. But we're going to be going now. Yes, Tanya, it is Valentine's evening. What are we having for... Did you say you're cooking me anything?
Well, I've got some black pudding in the fridge, which is going to go off.
Nothing says I love you like a bit of black pudding.
I've been racking my brain at how I'm going to work this black pudding into your Valentine's dinner.
Nothing says I love you like a slice of black pudding.
Well, there we are. But you're looking forward to your tea now.
We got a nice bottle of champers in the fridge. We're going to have
David, you asked a question at the start. I'm very sorry. What did you...
Oh, David, what did you ask?
What did you ask? I'm so sorry.
Release the video, that's awesome. And yeah, definitely gonna go to resub at my bench at workshop. Yes. So yeah, we're still working on the technicalities of the workshops available for people who just pay.
I'm going to say black pudding
straight from the
heart. Oh, you made me not want it
very
now.
Good, Amco. Very good. I love it.
Straight in the bin.
But hopefully with the next workshop, everything would be working tickety-boo. We did have a problem with the email delivery system that we did. He's cooking a fillet steak.
Can I just say, Penny's having cote de beef casserole? French beef casserole?
French beef casserole, yeah.
I can't say the French word. Gillian's having fillet steak.
Yeah. You don't
I'm
like...
having a bit of a...
Well, that was your idea.
Okay. No, David, okay, email me, David, and I'll... yeah, I'm
For those of us on the other side of the
question.
pond, what in the world is black pudding?
Well.
Well.
Are you going to think we're weird now?
You're better off Googling black pudding.
It's kind of like
It's not.
a sausagey, but it's made out of...
Let's just best not say what it is.
Yeah, it's best not to think about what it is when you're eating it.
Yes.
Oh, Carrie's having haggis, yay.
Nice.
Dan's having leftover Chinese.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's best not to think about what it is, but it is very tasty.
Blood pudding sausage. Okay, David.
Okay,
yeah.
I definitely don't want the black pudding for tea. Oh, it's called blood pudding in the... Oh, I'm glad I don't live in the... Well, I'd love to live in the USA, but I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd never eat black pudding again.
He's made summer fruit pudding too.
Oh, he sounds like a keeper penny. What's everyone else have for tea? I'm definitely not having the black pudding now. We've got a Tesco's on the way home.
Oh, can we have a macaroni cheese?
Yeah.
I love macaroni cheese. We've got no cheese.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not having black pudding now. Lou's having pasta.
The pasta for me today, well done.
Oh, we could have.
What?
Best not to think about what it is, like most British foods. Haggis. Oh, I've never tried haggis.
Never tried haggis. It does sound interesting.
Yeah. Okay, we will keep it, Elizabeth. I'm not even going to eat it now. Yeah.
Let's go, shall we? Let's go and have our nice Valentine's
it is
Day
delicious.
meal.
That's the thing, isn't it?
It's so tasty. It is so tasty.
That's the trouble. It's so blooming nice.
Right, everyone. Thank you all for coming on today and keeping us entertained with your questions and your chat. Don't forget, keep an eye out on the store at atthebench.store tomorrow with these mandrels that should be going up. Products going on every single day. Some are interesting, some are not so interesting, but it's about stocking the store with items that people could buy.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. Next workshop is polishing and finishing. Finishing and polishing. 28th of February, so stay tuned. Yes, you will be emailed in plenty of time for this. We really do need to get our act together for this. Yes, please give this film a thumbs up if you like it. We would absolutely love you to. Thank you very much for everyone coming on today. Thank you for John the Mod for keeping everyone shipshape and Bristol fashion. Louise, anything else you want to say tonight?
No, just have a lovely Valentine's night. Enjoy all your haggis and your steaks and your lovely pasta and everything.
Summer
that you're going
fruit
to be having.
pudding.
Yeah. And cotte de...
Beef casserole.
Yep. Enjoy.
It does sound very nice. So everyone, thank you all very much for coming on today. Really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Valentine's night. Hope you have a drink. Hope you have a lovely, relaxing... I don't know what I was going to say there.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go. Everyone take care. Louise, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone take care. We'll see you next Monday for the next Q&A and the week after for our workshop. Stay tuned for your emails. And don't forget, keep checking us out on social media and check out the store tomorrow when more tools will be going live. Everyone take care. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye-bye for now.